Hi and welcome back. I am going to do a new series, or new to myself, here on my channel. I wanted to say hello. If I have not introduced myself in a while, my name is Stephanie and I am a self-proclaimed makeup addict. I got into project panning about a year ago and I've seen a drastic difference in my makeup inventory numbers and my shopping habits and things that I like and I don't like in makeup. That said, I tried to pan the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette at the beginning of this year and I failed miserably. I got about halfway through the year in and I realized just how much I disliked that palette. So in saying that, I have debated whether or not I would do another project, like pan that palette project. But I can't hang with one single palette for an entire year. I get way too bored way too easily with my makeup. So I'm always switching it up. Like my eyeshadow is always different. I can't like pan a look like Amber F can because that's what she is super good at. So I've been debating doing 1 month, one palette for a while now. But I think even 1 month is too long for me to stick with a single palette and not use anything else. So Kristen K suggested that I do a 2-week one palette, and I really like that idea. That said, I have no idea. I can't like pick out which palette I want to work on for 2 full weeks. So I'm taking the Lena 7623. I'm taking her way of doing her like palette roulette, I think it is, where she has everything written down and she goes on random.org and that's how she picks her palette for the next month. So I'm gonna do it that way. I don't have very many. I only have 5 big palettes, which would be 8 pans or larger. I have 3 quints, which I'm going to consider one palette, and then I have a couple of Z palettes, and then I have some singles that I'll explain real quick. I'm going to go over what palettes I do have and explain how I'm doing like the singles as a palette. I have the VonD Vida Loca palette. I got this last Christmas. I have used it some, but not a bunch. So I would like to get use out of this. So that's one of my palettes. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. I got this whenever it released and I have used it very little. I really like it, but I just don't reach for it, so I would like to get some use out of it. I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tamanna palette, and I have been using the heck out of this lately. This has been my go-to palette for the last month, but I'm starting to get a little bit bored using it. But let me show you my quick progress. So I've actually already repressed blush, and I've hit pan in, what shade is that? Sangria. And I've got really good dips in Bangle and blush. But I'm to the point where I'm just like, I need to use something else, even though I've been really liking this palette. I also have the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. I love this palette. This is probably my most favorite palette, even though I haven't been using it that much. So I would like to give it like 2 full weeks of love here at some point. I also have the VonD Monarch palette. I love this thing as well. If you can notice, I've been saying that I love all of these palettes because I've decluttered everything that I don't like. So I know that these all work for me. And so I'm not looking to declutter anything, just get some use out of. So this is a good palette as well. Now, those are the only like all-in-one contained palette that I have. The next, what is it, 4 or 5 items, is like a mixture, I guess, of some things that I already own. So another option for me is going to be these 3 Lancôme quints. There's like this yellow one, this pink one, and this green one. So that's my number 6. So if that one gets pulled, I will pan these 3. Not pan, but use for 2 weeks, those 3. And then I also have this Pink Z palette, and this is filled with my most loved MAC shadows. I have hit pan on several of these, so this will be an option. And then my Purple Z palette has my 9 Makeup Forever eyeshadows, a few more MAC shades, and then I had decluttered all but 3 of these Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palettes, and then I have a Bobbi Brown single in here, so this will also be an option. I'm also going to count my 7 NARS Dual Intensity shadows as one palette, because if I could depot these, I would put them in their own little palette, and I love these shadows. I just hardly ever reach for them. So I'm not going to show you all 7 shades. If they get picked, I'll show you. But I have 7 of those. And then for my number 10 spot, I am going to put in all of my ColourPop singles. I have over 50 ColourPop Super Shock shadows, and honestly I don't use them as much as I should, even though I am obsessed with them. The look I'm wearing today is like 95% ColourPop, and I just would really like to get some use out of those before they eventually go bad. I have all of my palettes listed from 1 through 10 in my notebook, and what I am going to do is go to random.org and do a number generator. So I just put, let me see, boop, boop, boop. I put in the number 1 and the number 10, and let's see what it picks. Oh, number 9. What? Okay. Number 9 is the NARS Dual Intensity Singles. That looks backwards. Is it backwards in the cat? Are you guys reading that backwards? Okay, well, starting today, which is, I don't know what the date is. Hang on. Oh, today is September 8th. I'm going to try and get this video up today. So starting tomorrow, since I've already done my makeup for the day, I'm going to be using my NARS Dual Intensity shadows. I'll just go through them real quick. And with these, I can't get like a 100% complete eye look with this, so I'm going to allow myself to pull in some neutral, like blending shades, because these are all pretty sort of crazy. So I have NARS's Pacifié. This one is Deepened. This is a duochrome shifty pink. This one's called Cassiopeia. Himalaya, which I bought off of Charisse from Brown Eyed Girl Charisse. I love this color, and I'm so glad that I got it from her. This one is called Pool Shark. This was one of the limited edition ones from their summer collection. These are cool because you can use them wet or dry. I really like these shadows. This one is Europa. I think that's how you say it. Europa? I don't know. They have weird names. And then this one is Phoebe, and it's a really pretty purple. So for the next 2 weeks, that's what I'm going to be using. I've decided that I'm going to try and take pictures every day of my eye makeup look. And at the end of 2 weeks, I will like upload those at the end of my video as a slideshow. So wish me luck. I'm going to attempt to use these 7 eyeshadows for 2 weeks straight. So like I said, if I need to pull in other shadows to make it like a complete look, I will do that. But these are going to be my main focus. I'm going to actually hide some of my other palettes away from myself, so that way I'm not tempted to use those. And we shall see how this goes. Fingers crossed I can do it, because 2 weeks is kind of a long time for me to be using the same thing over and over again. But I can do it. I've got like a good outlook and attitude about this. Yeah. So I will see you in 2 weeks for the next round of my 2 weeks 1 palette thing, whatever this is called. Thank you so much, Kristen K, for your suggestion on doing this, and Lena for letting me steal your idea, even though I did not tell you I was going to do that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.
I keep burping. I think I've had way too much iced tea today.